Colby Covington had some words for Jorge Masvidal yesterday on his Twitch live stream.
Do you know who Jorge Masvidal is? Jorge Masvidal? Love that. Look at that. She don't even know who fucking Jorge Masvidal. The guy's a fucking bum. He's a fucking schmuck.
Who is that? Who is that?
I love that. You're amazing. That's all.
I don't know anybody.
That's
amazing. Like,
you're your own butt boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't fuck around. You don't care.
Every time you see me, I'm like.
Colby also had words for Dillon Danis. It was announced that Dillon has signed with the new MMA promotion GFL. Colby claims that Danis recently flaked on a grappling match with him.
Yeah, what do you guys think about Dildo Danis being in it? That guy can't fight. He's not a real fighter. What's the point in drafting him? He's not gonna fight. The guy won't even grapple. He was in New York one time. My friend Bo Loudon was trying to set me up to grapple. He wouldn't even grapple with me. That's how scared he is. He's afraid. Won't even do a grappling match. His best thing that he's supposed to be good at, and he's not even good at that. There's probably a reason that Conor's not training with him no more. The guy's all talk. He's no walk. You know, no one wants to be around someone that just always talks and has no substance, doesn't back up what they say. So until he starts actually getting merit and accomplishments, like, don't act like you've been there, bro. Like, you're an absolute nobody.
At Knuckle Mania 5 last night, Jeremy Stephens secured a TKO victory over Eddie Alvarez in the third round, improving his record to 3-0 in BKFC. After the fight, Conor McGregor and Jeremy faced off, and during the post-fight press conference, BKFC president David Feldman revealed that Conor had told him to announce that he's set to fight Jeremy next in BKFC.
Well, one more thing. As I was walking out of the arena, Conor actually tapped me on the shoulder, and he told me to make sure that I tell everybody that he's fighting Jeremy Stephens in BKFC. That's what he said. I don't know if it's happening. I'm telling you, Conor just told me that he's fighting Jeremy Stephens in bare knuckle.
Michael Chandler shares his thoughts on whether the Conor McGregor fight will happen. While not promised the matchup, Chandler believes if Conor returns to the UFC, they'll eventually face off. Conor had recently mentioned boxing an influencer like Logan Paul, Jake Paul, or KSI, but Dana White shut down the idea, hoping Conor returns to the UFC this fall.
Any fight Conor McGregor ever fighting, is ever out the window until he says he's done and he's retired. The guy's got this. The guy needs this. The guy needs this like he needs oxygen. He loves it. And even seeing him with the Paul brothers, talking about the Paul brothers being a side job, a quick little, make a bunch of cash thing, and Logan saying, "Hey, you don't even do your first job, let alone a side job," which I thought was a great idea, a great comeback.
Yeah.
And it's true. I think Conor's got an uphill battle here with just getting out of the limelight for the wrong reasons. And the best thing I think he can do is get into a training camp. And I haven't been promised it, but there's been a lot of assurances that when he comes back, he's going to fight me, because why wouldn't he?
And with someone like Conor, who's a sniper like that, when I think about that fight, I think about you coming out, force him into a couple wrestling scrambles, take the explosiveness out of his arms a little bit. Or are you saying, fuck that, I'm knocking him out with some hooks first round?
I think it would be poised pressure. Conor does a really good job with that step back left hand, but it's always off of obviously someone throwing a right hand. The greatest combination I've ever seen in my entire life was his 4-piece combo he hit Eddie Alvarez with to become the champ. It was beautiful, and that's what you got. It's what you got to look at. I think it's just quiet, hard pressure. That's not too crazy, not too fast, not too slow. And just wilt him. There's no doubt I'm a better athlete. There's no doubt I have better cardio. There's no doubt I have a better champion mindset. I just got to be there a little bit longer than him, not get hit with the left hand, and I beat him easily.
Renato Moicano advises Magomed Ankalaev to change his approach in his upcoming title fight with Alex Pereira. After rewatching Magomed's split draw with Jan Blachowicz, Renato believes Magomed was robbed and actually won the fight. However, he warns that if Magomed uses the same strategy against Pereira, it'll be another easy win for Alex.
It's a fight that everybody was asking for, but I don't know why. I know Ankalaev is very good and all. I watched his fight against Blachowicz again, and he did the perfect game plan. For me, that was a robbery. 100% he beat the Polish motherfucker, especially on the later rounds. But if he does the same strategy that he did against Blachowicz, he's going to lose to Ankalaev. Because the first 3 rounds, he was on the striking department. He was doing good. He's a southpaw. But against Poatan, on the striking, I strongly advise him to shoot for the takedowns in the early minutes of the fight. Try to get Poatan tired. If he does not do that, fuck that, my English is shit. If he doesn't do that, it's going to be an easy night for Poatan. Poatan is 9-1 in UFC, and he was known as a star in glory kickboxing, and everybody was doubting him, including me, because I thought he was too old. But guess what? Motherfucker is making some money and is beating everybody, and I think he will beat Ankalaev, you know? He's gonna put pressure. He's going to do his thing, my brother. Poatan is just too good, and he's just in a good moment. If you think about how crazy it is for him to become world champion on MSG on the first fight against Adesanya, that was crazy. He was losing every and each round until the last one when he knocked Adesanya out. There was a scene from a movie. I was over there watching live. On the same night, I had fought Adesanya training partner in the same card. So I was watching live and I couldn't believe my eyes when I see Poatan beating the shit off Adesanya at the time. And not only that, on the second fight, he was winning too. And then he got caught because, I don't know, Adesanya did something like he faked, like he was hurt. And then Poatan tried to finish him and then got knocked out. But then he got back. He moved up in the division. He beat Blachowicz in a split decision. But I think he learned so much after the fight. He's been training wrestling. He's been doing very well. And I think that's the fight to make. And after that, who else Poatan going to fight? I don't know. I don't know who's Poatan fighting next. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy fight, but I can see Poatan defending the takedowns, and I can see even Ankalaev getting the takedown.
Ray Longo believes the UFC has quote-unquote created a monster in Merab Dvalishvili. After Merab defeated Sean O'Malley for the bantamweight belt this past September, he wanted time off, but the UFC pressured him to defend his title against Umar Nurmagomedov just 4 months later. Longo thinks Merab's tough path to the title has only made him stronger and better. Speaking on SiriusXM, Longo said, "First off, he's still getting better. Merab was always a work in progress. Even anytime he lost before he got to the UFC, he always made the corrections. His 2 losses, which I didn't think were losses, he made corrections in those fights. He just kept getting better and better. I said it the other day, what they did to him to get to the title, putting a who's who in front of him to beat, I think they just created a monster. His confidence just kept getting better and better. Everything we had to walk through the fire to get to that title. It's that thing, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I think he's a perfect example of that, because they put 5 to 6 guys in front of him that I'm sure they thought were going to beat him, and they didn't. And this is what you see." Tom Aspinall praised Jiri Prochazka after his TKO victory over Jamahal Hill last weekend. Tom was impressed by Jiri's strategy, believing he tired Jamahal out and made him miss.
Went out there, executed the perfect game plan of making a power punch and miss. This was a 50-50 fight. They both got big power in the hands, both big dudes, aren't they? Both got a lot of knockout power, so I thought this fight could have gone either way. Jiri, I wanted to see how he looks because I wasn't sure if he was going to go on a bit of a skid because he has took a couple of bad losses lately, but looked better than ever, in my opinion. He went out there, executed the perfect game plan of making a power punch and miss. Jamal loads up on his punches a lot, got a lot of power in his hands. He's not throwing many soft punches. There's not a lot of setup there with him. He's just going out there and swinging and trying to knock you out, which is amazing to watch. But Jiri took a little bit more of a tactical approach to this one, in my opinion. He didn't go out there just going for the kill the whole time. He was thinking defense first and counter second, which was fantastic. Tactically, did the perfect thing. Made his opponent miss, made the power punch and miss, start to get his arms a little bit heavy, start to get involved with the clinching exchanges, tire his arms out a little bit more, make him miss, make him pay. And that's what we've seen from Jiri Prochazka. I'm a big fan of Jiri. I really like him as a person as well. He's a really, really nice guy. So congratulations to Jiri. Commiserations to Jamal. I'm sure he'll be back. But that's what we like to see. We like to see the big guys throwing down.
Sean Strickland took a dig at Jon Jones today. Sean posted this to his Instagram story. Jon Jones after winning a fight and thanking God for blessing him with natural talent. Usman Nurmagomedov defeated Paul Hughes via majority decision last night at PFL Road to Dubai. Paul Hughes immediately called for a rematch after the fight. He posted this to his Instagram, rematch. Francis Ngannou left a comment. He said, "You're legit, man. You have a bright future and I'm excited to watch."
What's up, everyone? Thought I'd put this out, talk about the fight. Couldn't be bothered writing a post, but just hit them stitches. Yeah, look, obviously, as always, I'm gonna have to watch it back to get a good assessment and a clear-minded assessment. But as we know, we all thought I won that one. I think the judges' scorecards were pretty ridiculous. But I mean, as I say, I'll watch it back with a clear mind. I'm just judging from the energy of the arena and everyone surrounding the cage. I thought it was mine. I'm not going to make excuses though. I should have pushed harder. And I will the next time. I know we'll fight again. Felt like the stoppage with the fourth round with the head clash changed the momentum of the fight. I feel like I was breaking him. I was ripping him so hard to the body, and I felt him wheezing. And I knew my momentum was coming up, and I would have emptied the tank, but that changed the kind of the flow, and he got good recovery. Which, look, the headbutt was a headbutt. It was accidental. He has all the right to take that recovery. But yeah, I just want to. I'm obviously disappointed. I'm gutted. I really am. I'm proud of myself, but I do. I need to get that back. I deserve to have that belt soon. But I just want to thank everyone for coming out. Everyone that travelled from around the world to be here and support.
Usman Nurmagomedov believes he underestimated Paul Hughes. After the fight, he said, "Paul Hughes, brother, you are the man, brother. You're really the man, brother. You are tough. Honestly, I underestimated this guy. It was my little mistake, but still undefeated, undisputed Bellator lightweight champion, Usman Nurmagomedov. His wrestling defense, takedown defense went very well. He's tough, he's strong. I didn't think he would be this strong. Brother, you are really strong. You told me in the face-to-face, this was my mistake. You were right, brother. Thank you so much. I never took this damage when I took with him in this fight. I had a lot of pain on my body, brother. Thank you for this fight. I think I jumped to the next level because of him. He made me better than I was today, and I think for sure he got better too. Thank you so much, Paul. I really respect you, brother." Conor McGregor gave his reaction to the fight and had words for all of the Nurmagomedovs on X. He wrote, "Tremendous fight and performance. Easy win for Hughes. He dominated that fight." And Umar, exactly what it says on the tin, Nurmagomedov, runner, sprinter, water scarper, scurrying, fighter. The Nurmagomedovs are not fighters. They are the most non-fighting fighters out of Dagestan in all time. Run away around the cage and shoot expletive. Dagestan is better than the Nurmagomedovs, and that is a fact. However, relations between Paul Hughes and the Nurmagomedovs are friendly. Khabib posted this to X. "Thank you for the fight, Paul Hughes, and for the experience. I invite you and your whole team and family to Dagestan anytime you want. Believe me, you will like it, and your arrival will serve as a good example for many young generations." Paul Hughes responded with, "Thank you, Team Khabib. I have great respect for you, your team, and your nation. I would be honored to take you up on this offer someday and then return the favor in Ireland. But please, only after I get to rematch Usman." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.